Hey, how's it going, peeps? Hope you're all good. I'm, yeah, off script a bit today, just riffing on, riffing on what I'm doing in the background and giving a bit of a life update, I guess. And, yeah, I've kind of got a plan of what I want to make and stuff today, so I'm just gonna work my way through things and not worry too much about a specific schedule or anything like that. Let's I want to make some metal bars in the background here, so let's start with the big old thing like this and just jam some gradients on it. So yeah, I went missing for a couple of weeks because some family shit went down. My dad died, man. Fuck, that's rough. Rough for him. Rough for everyone, man. So yeah, that sucks. And I'm just trying to kind of get back on things a bit. I've been trying to make sure that I'm not like pushing myself too much, because I think I have a tendency to do that, like really push hard and just try and like be a big man or some shit and like get through everything. I'm trying to not do that this time around and like allow myself to feel what I need to feel. And yeah, with the anesthetic stuff, it's tough because like, you see, in the grand scheme of things, compared to shit like that, like social media and all that shit doesn't fucking matter. Of course it doesn't. But you take time off, like the algorithm fucking makes sure you fucking know about it. Jesus. So I'm trying to give myself the space I need, but also stay on the horse somewhat. I think it's reasonable at times like these to want to just like fucking just crash out, you know? And I kind of feel like doing that, but kind of don't at the same time. It's like I have this weird want to just kind of like get on with things as if nothing's happened. But at the same time, like, yeah, like I say, give myself space, but also get on with things a bit. And I think I'll find the right balance. I guess this stream is like my way of trying to stick to some sort of schedule. It's nice in a way to like get lost in work a bit. No, I done this the wrong way around. Yeah, I think it's more like that way, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm trying to make like a kind of rat cage here. Just doing some little shadows between the bars. As always with my work, it don't need to be the most polished, finished, finalized, amazing thing in the world, because I'm going to chuck 1,000,001 textures over the top, but it's always nice to get things looking kind of how you want, how you envisage, before you start plonking 1,000,000 textures over the top. Because, you know, sometimes the textures and things can like pick up details and stuff you don't expect. Almost. Will this work if I just do them all at once? Or will that not line up? Let's find out together, kids. Kinda. Yeah. I'm doing a piece that's about a caged rat. So that's what this is about. Right now, just about creating that kind of vibe, that idea of a rat in a cage. And that is the cage. Time for the rat. Angerb. Oh, there we go. I think we've nailed it. I don't think we need no notes. I think we've found exactly what we're looking for. Fantastic. I mean, yeah, say what you want. It's royalty free. Can't argue with that. So yeah, I'm actually saving that. I'm actually saving that down for future use. Incredible. Yeah, so here we are on one of my favorite kind of sites. Looking for, oh, but they're already cute pictures of rats. Oh my, oh no. Hey, baby. This is what furries look like. When you pluck all of the fur out of their fursuits. Holy shit. Oh no, there's more. Okay, we're going to a different website. Right, Unsplash. Yeah, I feel like the problem here is they're gonna be all, well, they're not gonna try because rats are cute as hell, but like they're all gonna be like nice, cute pickies of rats, and I want them to look kind of angry. Might have to get creative with the. Look at him. How can you be mad at this boy? Or girl. Cutie. There we go, that's an angry rat right there. Look at the sheer malice in its eyes. Yeah, gonna have a think about chopping a bunch of stuff together on this one. That one's useful because it's like from the right kind of angle. Yeah, I think it's gonna be like finding a ton of different images and chimpy chomping them together. A bit more photo bashing like we did last time out. Oh, there's a wild hamster. That's so cool. They're gorgeous. Like Siberian hamsters, like in Siberia, you see them in the wild. They are rad. Absolutely awesome. I'm loving the 3D animals. These are the pro ones as well. Like I have to pay for that. It's incredible, you know. Have they been bought? Was Unsplash bought by Getty? Getty own everything now. It's so scary when one company is just like, you know what? I'm gonna buy all of you. But they leave just enough competitors out there so they don't get sued for monopoly. I need like a little rodent hand. And then I can like stretch it out and make it look really fucking gnarly. Black squirrels are cool. They're massive. I saw them up in Canada when we went out to Canada. In England, we've got the little teeny tiny red squirrels. To be fair, they're mostly the grey squirrels these days. For anyone out there who's interested in the local rodent fauna. Rat hand. Definitely a stoner metal band name. Rat hand. All of the rodent pictures are by the same person. There's just one person who's the only one who's like dumb enough to work with animals. They always say don't never work with animals, don't they? Let's put all that in a group there and call it Cage. Nicolas Cage. You can go in background. So yeah. Oh, look at the little hairs on his little hand. He's got little furry knuckles. That's too cute. How can we be mad at this? We'll just stretch it out and give it big nails. So yeah. That died. That was shit. Trying to get back on it. What else did I want to talk to you about today? I was gonna talk about like AI and AI art and stuff. Because I think like it's obviously it's kind of boring because it's kind of been played over so much, but it's kind of like such a big thing for graphic artists at the moment. Like, our lunch is getting eaten by AI art, and I feel like I've got some like different kind of thoughts on it. So I want to make it like that. I don't want to make these long. So like I was thinking about like why there's this like crazy rush into to delve into that world, because I got caught up in it as well. I'm gonna be like, hold my hands up, to be totally honest here. They're like, so when AI art first kind of broke out onto the scene, like more like the image generation programs when they first became available like a couple of years ago, I thought to myself, wow, like this is like a tectonic level shift in like how fast you can get stuff done. And it's my belief that like time is money, and the easiest way, the best way you can make more money as an artist is to work faster. So just like, if to charge more money, you have to like make a name for yourself, and like it takes time to sort of get that skill. It takes time to become comfortable charging extra money. It takes time to build up a big enough audience where you have enough demand, etc., etc. So charging more money takes time. But what is easier to do is to find ways to make the work that you do quicker. So like by like one of my favorite things to do in my professional life is to find and document efficiencies, software efficiencies, whether that be simple stuff like useful programs, useful shortcuts, things like that. And I just initially, I'm going to do a whole episode on that, by the way. Probably just called Time is Money, because that's all anyone on YouTube cares about. Even all the productivity guys that I watch and stuff, because I'm an efficiency nerd, say that like any video even if you try and break away from making money specifically and be like, oh well, what if this, like the videos just die on their ass, and then you release a video called how to make 10 grand a month and it gets 1,000,001 views. I'm not making 10 grand a month, so I can't really advise you on how to do that. But what I can advise you on what to do is like, the easiest ways to make money faster, to kind of to make it so that you're making more money as a designer quicker and easier is to make things take less time. And I'll do an episode on that at some point in the near future, because I think it's important for young designers to know. But like, that is basically what I saw these generative tools as initially. I was like, wow, that'll cut my work times in half, and like, I'll be able to do this, I'll be able to do that, it'll be so much more efficient. And yeah, it would, wouldn't it, I guess. But how would that be grabbing the side? Anyway, yeah, I kind of started looking at these tools, and there's actually even still a couple of pieces on my Instagram that like I did generate, because I was like, oh, I need to get to grips with these tools. In my head, before I knew how they worked and stuff, they were just like, you know, when digital photography came out, all the photographers said that's cheating. When photography became a thing, all the painters said, well, that's cheating. When Photoshop and stuff came out, all the people who would draw their stuff by hand instead of on the computer, they would say, well, that's cheating. So that's kind of what I thought. Anyone who had a bone to pick with it, I was like, well, you know what, like, I'm just going to get ahead of the curve and learn how to use this stuff and blah, blah, blah. Not knowing how they worked in the background. And that ended up being sort of becoming the crux of the matter. And it was like, oh my god, like, after you learned how they worked and stuff, I was like, okay, need to get away from that. That is not how we want to be operating. And I kind of got to grips with how stuff worked and how I could make things quickly and iterate pretty quickly on stuff and like make the things that I was kind of looking for. But then it really was like, once I kind of learned like how these things work, and it was a big eye opener, like, oh my god, like, this is literally like stealing. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna knock that on the head, and didn't really want anything more to do with them. But yeah, there's obviously a lot of... How does that work then? No, yeah, something went weird there. Obviously there's a lot of designers and pages and things out there who do just use this stuff and sell it on as like handmade or whatever, which is BS. And I think those people are assholes, but there's always been assholes around. But then there's also like, there's a kind of weird, in a weird way, like AI generation tools have helped us to get rid of like shitty clients. So like there's always been like clients who like didn't want to pay anything and nothing was good enough, and like, oh, why am I paying you for this, and oh, you sort of need to charge me less, and they were just never happy, and two, they just didn't want to pay any money for anything. So what AI has done, or not real AI, these generative tools, is allow those guys to just kind of like go off and just generate their own stuff, and they can generate over and over and over again as long as they want to, and they can be in control of their own thing, and they don't have to pay any money for it, or much money, compared to like a actual properly paying an artist. And I think, yeah, in a weird way, it's done a favor with people like that. I don't know if any of the other designers watching has ever worked with anyone like that. You kind of know the sort of person I mean. And they're so awkward and so difficult to work with. Because, like, obviously they act like you should be grateful for the work, and you are, in a sense. Like, some clients are easier to work with than others, and that's just a fact, and that's fine. But, like, some people also, at the same time, are just assholes. And it's not fun to work with them. And there is like a sort of small subsection of people like that who it is kind of nice that they've gone away and they don't really bother us anymore. Good riddance. But yeah, in terms of actually feeling like my lunch is being eaten by AI art, I haven't really felt that. I've still been working with my high quality clients, and all that I've really noticed is that the clients, any kind of client fall off has simply been that like I don't get badgered by knobheads anymore, which is a good thing. Because they can just go off and generate their own stuff and leave everyone else in peace. But that might just be my brain always trying to kind of see the positives in everything. I'm always trying to kind of play off things you should be grateful for and silver linings and things over the pessimistic side of things. I try and be a realist about stuff. Obviously, I know that right now I feel safe in my job. My main job is as a graphic designer, and then obviously my side job is here as a graphic artist. I feel safe as a graphic artist right now. I feel like that is at more risk of being eaten by AI. Graphic design is a long, long way off being eaten by AI, but I'm not going to say that it can't happen, because these tools have gotten infinitely better in just a couple of years. So God knows where they'll be this time next year. Yeah, I've rambled on for about half an hour. and I've made a rat cage and some rat hands, and I hope that you like them. Yeah, I don't know whether I'll leave this stream up or not. It's just a bit of an update to what was going on with me. That was basically it. Yeah, Dad passed away and I kind of had to take a step back for a few weeks. Now I'm trying to get back on the horse. I did a stream, so that's kind of back on the horse. I've been doing some work. I've been chatting with more bands and stuff. So, getting back to it and happy about it. Cheers for checking this out, and thank you for all the support, as always. Big love. I will see you same time next week. Have a good one. Cheers.